Hey there. It's March 16th and time for Proverbs 16. Let's fix our system here. Had a power outage last night. I'm going to hit the very edge of those storms coming through the south, and it was a wild ride. No, deep in the Proverbs now, halfway through. The reflections of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. This is over here the preparations. He derideth the presumption of man who dare attribute to himself anything as to prepare his heart, or such like, seeing that he is not able to speak a word except God give it to him. Well, that's a long explanation, huh? The preparations of the heart. Plan all you want. But the answer is of the tongue is from the Lord. Right, too. All a man's ways seem right to him, but the Lord evaluates the motives or weighs the spirits, right? If you have an ulterior motive for something, I'm going to do the right thing, well, the Lord weighs your motives. 3, commit your activities to the Lord and your plans will be achieved. It says over in Ephesians, I think. Whatever you do, work as though working for the Lord, right? There's a note over here. Roll. Let's highlight that. Just for kicks, right? Commit your activities to the Lord. Everything you do, right? The Lord has prepared everything for his purpose, even the wicked for the day of disaster. You like that? So that the justice of God shall appear to his glory even in the destruction of the wicked. Right? You like that? 5, everyone with a proud heart is detestable to the Lord. Be assured he will not go unpunished. Right? To end. Pride, God finds pride detestable. Right? Remember that. Humble. He likes humble heart. Right? As the Lord weighs the motives up here. Be assured, if you have pride, you will not go unpunished. Mm-hmm. Wickedness is atoned for by loyalty and faithfulness, and one turns from evil by fear of the Lord. Right? By mercy and truth. Their upright and repenting shall be a token of that their sins are forgiven. Right? If your sins are forgiven, you should have a new outlook. Loyalty, faithfulness shouldn't go back to the same sins, right? We'll touch on that again. When a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. Right? Right? They may not like you, but they won't bother you. Right? If your ways please the Lord. 8. Better a little with righteousness than great income with injustice. He said something like this yesterday, right? And he says this a lot. Better to have a little and be righteous than great income with injustice, right? Usually follows. Too much of anything can corrupt you. 9, a man's heart plans his way, but the Lord determines his steps. Huh? Right. Does that go along with number 1? Number 1 and 2? And 3? And 4? There's a general theme to this, right? God's verdict is on the lips of a king. His mouth should not give an unfair judgment. Divination. Right. Sometimes they do, huh? Okay. He's already talked about this 3 times, right? Honest balances and scales are the Lord's. All the weights in the bags are his concern. That. Merchants kept the stones for their scales in a bag. His work. If they be true and just, they are God's work, and he delighteth therein. But otherwise, if they be false, they are the work of the devil, and their condemnation that use them. People used to cheat on the scales back then, okay? Just like now, okay? Only now they just put it right on the can, okay? What used to be a pound is now 12 ounces, and they charge you more. Mm-hmm. Is that honest? I don't think so. Well, wicked behavior is detestable to kings, since the throne is established through righteousness. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Back when they had kings, right? And kings actually run things. 13. Righteous lips are a king's delight, and he loves one who speaks honestly. King's delight. A king's fury is a messenger of death, but a wise man appeases it. Get that? How do you appease a king? I don't know. When a king's face lights up, there's life, for his favor is like the cloud with the spring rain. Kings had all power, life and death and everything. You didn't want to make him mad, right? 16. Get wisdom, how much better it is than gold, and get understanding, it is preferable to silver, right? Wisdom and understanding is better than gold and silver. Yeah. With wisdom and understanding, those things come. Okay. Why we read this over and over. 17. The highway of the upright avoids evil. The one who guards his way protects his life. That good advice. 18. Pride comes before destruction, and an arrogant spirit before a fall. My grandma used to say this all the time. Pride goeth before a fall. She paraphrased it, but I still remember it. Right? Pride. It says up there, God hates pride. He finds it detestable. And the pride will come down. Where did we see that? I can't find it. We'll find it on the way back through, right? 19. Better to be lowly of spirit with the humble than to divide plunder with the proud. Right? With the humble. The tradition reads with the afflicted. That's it over here. Better is it to be of humble mind with the lowly than to divide the spoils with the proud. Right? I agree. God likes humble. Only the one who understands a matter finds success. And the one who trusts in the Lord will be happy. Get that? The one who trusts in the Lord will be happy. You want to be happy? Trust in the Lord. How easy that is. Anyone with a wise heart is called discerning. Pleasant speech increases learning. As I say, sweetness of the lips, saying kind things. If you make a vow to yourself that you will only say kind things and never say mean, prideful things, kind, uplifting, edifying, you'll be surprised. It increases learning, and it'll increase your friends too. All right. 22. Insight is a fountain of life for its possessor, but the discipline of fools is folly or foolishness. Right? Insight is discernment. Right? 23, a wise heart instructs its mouth and increases learning with its speech. And why your wise heart will tell your mouth when to shut up, right? And when to say only kind things. Right? You know, pleasant words are a honeycomb, sweet to the taste and health to the body. Pleasant, kind words. Okay? 25, there is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death. Talking about that up there. Make your plans that the Lord's going to have his way. Right? 26, a worker's appetite works for him because his hunger urges him on. Right? Mouth. Right? What's this say? Come on. With upon him. You're hungry, you're going to work harder, right? 27, a worthless man digs up evil, and his speech is like a scorching fire. You know anybody like that? They're all over the internet, and they're not hard to find now. Right? And John Kennedy just said, you have to have free speech. Otherwise, how else would we know who the idiots are? Yeah. Right? You have to know these people, who they are, who to avoid. You let them speak. Right? 28, a contrary man spreads conflict, and a gossip separates close friends. Okay. By now, if you watch many of these, you know how I feel about gossip. Okay, it's rampant in the world. It's rampant in the church. It's rampant on the internet and on television. They call it drama and reality TV. Right? You gotta get into somebody else's business. Okay, it's none of your business. Okay? And it's worse when it happens in church, because, I mean, if somebody goes to a person in confidence and says, I need prayer for this area, please don't tell anybody, and then that person says, thinking he's doing the right thing, oh, so-and-so needs prayer because this is happening, and now you've just said gossip, you've just started a rumor mill, and everybody in church is going to know, and it's going to get back to this person, and he's going to know exactly where it came from because you're the only one he told. Separates close friends. And God hates it, okay? 29, a violent man lures his neighbor, leading him in a way that is not good. Violent man lures his neighbor, leading him in a way that is not good. This deceives his neighbor over here. Right. Come on, let's do this. No, let's not. Right? The one who narrows his eyes is planning deception. The one who compresses his lips brings about evil. You see somebody do that? It's usually up to no good when they do that. Gray hair is a glorious crown that is found in the way of righteousness. Right? You get that? Just living long enough to get gray hair. Well, usually. 32, patience is better than power, and controlling one's temper than capturing a city. Hard to do. Right? Ruling over one's spirit. That's a big one, huh? He that is slow to anger is better than a mighty man, and he that ruleth his own mind is better than he that winneth a city. Rule your own mind. 33, the lot is cast into the lap, but every decision is from the Lord. They used to cast lots. Now they flip a coin. Right? And it works. Well, there's Proverbs 16. We'll go over the highlights here real quick. For Sunday. Commit your activities to the Lord, and your plans will be achieved. Right? 3, right? Commit everything to the Lord. Pray about everything you do. Right? Why should you just pray over your dinner? Pray over your trip, and pray over your drive, and pray over your bills, and pray over your groceries. Commit all your activities to the Lord. Try that. Right? Wickedness is atoned for by loyalty and faithfulness, and one turns from evil by fear of the Lord. Right? You follow the Lord, you find the Lord, and He saves you, forgives your sin. You live differently, okay? It's atoned for by living differently. Right? 8. Better a little with righteousness and great income with injustice. Right? You want to be at peace? There you go. And 11. Honest balances and scales are the Lord's. All the weights in the bag are His concern. If you're cheating somebody, He's going to know. Right? 16 is highlighted. Get wisdom. How much better it is than gold. And get understanding. It is preferable to silver. Wisdom and understanding. Right? Better than gold, silver, money, jewels, wisdom, and understanding. Right? It's one thing to learn something, but you have to know why it is the way it is. You have to understand it, be able to apply it. All right? My grandma's favorite word: pride comes before destruction, and an arrogant spirit before a fall. And part of 20. The one who understands a matter finds success, and the one who trusts in the Lord will be happy. That, can you trust in the Lord? That means all the time, okay? Like up here, all the time, okay? Commit all your activities to the Lord, and your plans will be achieved, right? Right? The one who trusts in the Lord will be happy. You're not happy? Maybe you're not trusting in the Lord in every facet of your life, right? 24, pleasant words are a honeycomb, sweet to the taste and health to the body. Right? Say kind things, okay? You can always find something kind to say about somebody. A contrary man spreads conflict, and a gossip separates close friends. So here a forward person soweth strife, and a tale teller maketh division among princes. There are people that just like to spread conflict, just like to spread trouble. Why? It takes the focus off of them. Right? We talked about a gossip. God hates gossip. He'll talk about that later, how much God hates gossip, okay? And 32 is highlighted better. Patience is better than power, and controlling one's temper than capturing a city. Right? Patience is something you have to pray for. If you pray for patience, God won't just give you patience. He will teach you how to be patient by making you be patient. Okay? You wait patiently. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 16. Good stuff in there. Okay, check our... still in Mark 14. Third day on Mark 14. So, there you go. We'll do that later on today. But if you like it, give us a like if you think about it. And tomorrow we'll continue. See you then.